Many seniors believe cutting sugar, eating less, or taking medications faithfully is enough to stay healthy. Yet so many still feel tired, forgetful, or achy waking each day with a body that feels heavier than it should. The real culprit might be hiding in plain sight. The foods you choose every day, choices that seem healthy, but may not nourish your body the way it needs after 60. At ElderlyTV, we have heard this story from hundreds of seniors across America, from small towns in the Midwest to bustling cities on the coasts. They watch their diets carefully, yet their blood sugar spikes unexpectedly. They avoid heavy exercise to protect their joints, yet their knees swell each morning. They drink milk religiously, yet their bone density slips away year after year, leaving them worried about fractures or falls. Here is the truth: after 60, your body does not crave less food. It craves the right food. And sometimes the right food includes items you once thought were off limits, like rich olive oil, creamy avocados, or even a slice of aged cheese. These are not indulgences. They are allies for an aging body, helping you feel stronger, sharper, and more at ease. In this video, ElderlyTV shares 10 no-sugar, no-starch foods that have transformed lives for seniors from Seattle to Miami. These foods soothe your heart, clear your mind, strengthen your bones, and ease aching joints. No pills, no extreme diets. Just simple, thoughtful choices made at the right time in the right way. Whether you are cooking for yourself in a cozy apartment or sharing meals with family, these foods can bring a new lightness to your days. Let us begin with 3 foods to keep your heart beating strong, steady, and full of life. Part 1. Heart Health Support. Olive oil, avocado, salmon. Olive oil, the heart-soothing drop that changed Eleanor's life. Eleanor, a 71-year-old retired teacher from Boise, Idaho, loved her morning walks through Julia Davis Park. The crisp air, the rustling leaves, and the rhythm of her steps felt like all she needed to keep her heart healthy. But when her blood pressure started swinging, high one day, low the next, she grew anxious. Clinic visits became frequent, and she feared a future of endless medications. Her doctor, a kind man who had known her for years, did not rush to prescribe pills. Instead, he pointed to one small change: the oil she used in her kitchen. Eleanor had always cooked with margarine, or reused frying oil, thinking it was frugal and fine. Her doctor suggested cold-pressed olive oil, just 1 tablespoon a day, drizzled over stir-fried vegetables, swirled into hearty soups, or spread on whole-grain toast for breakfast. She was skeptical, wondering how such a simple swap could matter. But she trusted her doctor and gave it a try, starting with a bottle from her local grocery store. 2 months later, Eleanor noticed a difference. Her blood pressure stabilized, dropping gently but consistently. Her hands and feet felt less swollen, her body less weighed down. But what touched her most was not the numbers on her doctor's screen. It was the lightness in her chest, the deeper, more restful sleep each night, and the absence of that nagging ear-ringing that used to greet her every morning. Olive oil, though simple, is a powerhouse of healthy fats. It reduces inflammation in blood vessels, protects the heart's delicate walls, and helps your body absorb fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K, which are vital for energy and immunity. Best of all, it has no sugar, no starch, and will not spike blood sugar. A perfect choice for seniors looking to support their hearts without complicated diets. Eleanor now keeps a small bottle of olive oil on her counter, a daily reminder of how small changes can bring big rewards. With just 1 drop of oil, I found a new rhythm for my life, Eleanor said, smiling softly as she stirred a pot of vegetable soup in her cozy kitchen. Now let us explore a creamy fruit that is often misunderstood, but works wonders for your heart. Avocado, good fats the heart craves. Harold, a 73-year-old retired mechanic from Tucson, Arizona, spent years avoiding avocados. Too fatty, he would mutter, passing them by at the grocery store, opting instead for low-fat spreads or processed snacks. But when his bad cholesterol crept up and his blood pressure followed, he faced a wake-up call. His nutritionist, a young woman with a knack for explaining things simply, sat him down at a local clinic. "Sometimes, Harold, what you fear most is exactly what your body needs," she said. Harold began eating half an avocado each morning, mashed with a boiled egg, a sprinkle of salt, and a dash of pepper. It was a quick, easy ritual he could manage, even on busy days filled with errands or visits to his grandkids. Within weeks, he felt fuller longer, no longer reaching for sugary donuts or cookies by mid-morning. Even more surprising, his blood tests showed a drop in LDL, the bad cholesterol, and a rise in HDL, the good kind he had thought only medications could boost. His doctor was impressed, and so was Harold. Avocados are packed with monounsaturated fats, which are kind to your blood vessels, helping to lower blood pressure and reduce the risk of stroke. They have no sugar, barely any carbs, and a glycemic index so low it is nearly zero, making them a safe, nourishing choice for seniors. Beyond heart health, avocados provide potassium, which supports muscle function, and fiber, which aids digestion, both key concerns for older adults. For my heart, avocado is not just food, it is a warm, reliable friend, Harold said, chuckling as he prepared his morning mash. Now a favorite part of his day. Next, let us savor a flavorful fish that brings calm to both your heart and soul. Salmon, a comforting meal for a calmer heart. Helen, a 72-year-old widow from Portland, Oregon, had lost her joy in meals. After her husband passed, cooking felt like a chore, and food tasted flat, uninspiring. She ate to get by. Sandwiches, canned soups, nothing special. One evening, feeling nostalgic for the seafood dinners she and her husband once shared, she decided to try something new. A piece of wild salmon, grilled with a squeeze of fresh lemon and a sprinkle of dill. The aroma filled her small kitchen, and the gentle richness of the fish warmed her heart in a way she had not felt in years. It has been so long since a meal felt this good, this comforting, she said, her eyes bright with rediscovery as she savored each bite. Beyond its delicious flavor, salmon is a treasure trove of omega-3 fatty acids, essential fats your body cannot produce but desperately needs. These fats reduce inflammation in the heart, steady its rhythm, and even lift your mood, helping to ease the loneliness or sadness that can creep in with age. Salmon is high in clean, lean protein, easy to digest for sensitive stomachs, and packed with astaxanthin, a potent antioxidant that shields blood vessels from the wear and tear of aging. With no sugar or starch, it is a perfect choice for seniors looking to nourish both body and spirit. Salmon does not make my heart race. It brings a quiet calm. Helen shared slicing a fresh fillet for her next meal, a small ritual that brought joy back to her table. Dear friends, olive oil, avocado, and salmon are not medicines or fancy luxuries you will find only at high-end stores. For those over 60, they are gentle allies, keeping your heart steady, your sleep restful, and your days fuller with energy and hope. From Eleanor's kitchen in Boise to Helen's in Portland, these foods prove that small changes can bring big rewards. Now let us nourish your mind with 2 simple foods to sharpen your thoughts, clear the fog, and keep you connected to what matters. Part 2. Brain-boosting foods. Eggs and walnuts. Eggs, fueling memory with every bite. Frank, a 70-year-old retired accountant from Columbus, Ohio, loved his quiet mornings with a cup of coffee and the newspaper. But lately he noticed small lapses that unsettled him. He would walk into his living room to grab his glasses, only to stop mid-step, unsure why he was there. At first he laughed it off as senior moments, but when it happened more often, forgetting names, misplacing keys, worry crept in. He mentioned it at his annual checkup, and his doctor, a calm man who listened carefully, asked, "What is your breakfast like, Frank?" Frank had been eating white bread with sugary cereal, or instant oatmeal, thinking it was light and healthy. His doctor suggested a simple swap: 2 boiled eggs served with leafy greens or a slice of avocado. Frank, who enjoyed cooking for his grandchildren, found the change easy enough. He started boiling eggs each morning, pairing them with spinach or a smear of avocado on toast. Weeks later, the morning fog began to lift. One day, while humming an old jazz tune from his youth, he realized he had recalled every word a song he thought was lost to time. Eggs are rich in choline, a nutrient that helps produce acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter vital for memory focus and quick thinking. They also contain lutein, which protects your eyes from macular degeneration, a common cause of vision loss in seniors. With no sugar or starch, eggs are like a natural multivitamin, wrapped in a delicate shell, delivering protein, healthy fats, and B vitamins to keep your energy steady. Do not skip the yolk, that is, where the brain-boosting nutrients hide. Eggs each morning remind me I am still sharp, Frank said, cracking a shell with a gentle grin as he prepared breakfast for his visiting grandkids. Let us move to a small snack that keeps your mind steady, clear, and vibrant. Walnuts, a small snack for a steady mind. Claire, a 70-year-old grandmother from Raleigh, North Carolina, cherished her afternoon ritual, a cookie with a cup of tea, something to keep her alert while reading or knitting. But the more she indulged in those sweet treats, the more tired and forgetful she felt. She would start a sentence, then lose her train of thought, or misplace her knitting needles, which frustrated her. Her daughter, a school teacher with a passion for health, noticed the pattern and suggested a swap, a handful of walnuts with her tea instead of cookies. Claire was hesitant. Cookies felt like a comfort, a habit from years past. But she tried it, keeping a small jar of walnuts on her kitchen counter for easy access. After a month, her sugar cravings faded. Her afternoons felt clearer, her thoughts sharper, and she no longer stumbled over words. During conversations with her book club, she even started experimenting, sprinkling walnuts on yogurt or tossing them into salads, enjoying their nutty crunch. Walnuts are packed with plant-based omega-3s, which nourish brain cell membranes, reduce inflammation, and boost memory and mood. Their antioxidants, like vitamin E, help slow brain aging, keeping your mind vibrant and alert. Just 4 or 5 walnuts a day, eaten alone, mixed into oatmeal, or sprinkled on a salad, can make a remarkable difference for seniors. A wrinkled nut for a wrinkled mind, but it keeps me strong, Claire said, her voice warm with newfound clarity as she sipped her tea. Dear friends, after 60, you do not need the quick wit of your 20s. Just a clear mind connected to the people and moments that matter most. A boiled egg or a handful of walnuts can bring that clarity quietly and simply, without fuss or expense. Next, let us strengthen your bones with 2 foods to help you stand tall. Move with confidence and face each day with resilience. Part 3. Strengthening bones. Greek yogurt and sardines. Greek yogurt, a nightly spoonful for stronger bones. Margaret, a 69-year-old retired librarian from Sarasota, Florida, thought creaky bones were an inevitable part of aging. Each night, as she turned in bed, she would wince at the cracking sound in her hips, a reminder of time's toll. Her doctor suggested calcium pills, but they left her bloated and uncomfortable, and she hated swallowing them. At a local book club meeting, a friend shared a simpler idea. Plain Greek yogurt, just a few spoonfuls before bed, topped with walnuts or a drizzle of olive oil. Margaret loved the idea of a food-based solution. She bought a tub of plain Greek yogurt at her neighborhood Publix and started her new ritual, enjoying the creamy texture and subtle tang. 2 months later, she noticed she slept more soundly. Her digestion felt smoother, and her latest bone density scan showed something remarkable. Stability, a rare win for her age. Her doctor, usually reserved, smiled and called it a small victory worth celebrating. Greek yogurt is a treasure of calcium, vitamin D, and high-quality protein, all essential for maintaining strong bones and preventing osteoporosis. Its probiotics improve digestion and nutrient absorption, helping your body make the most of every bite. The plain, unsweetened variety keeps sugar and carbs low, making it a gentle, nourishing choice for seniors, especially those with sensitive stomachs. I do not fear osteoporosis anymore. My bones feel cared for deliciously, Margaret said, spooning yogurt in her quiet evening routine, a book resting on her lap. Now let us discover a humble fish that builds mighty strength for your bones. Sardines, humble fish, mighty strength. Henry, a 76-year-old widower from Omaha, Nebraska, lived alone since his wife passed 3 years ago. His meals were simple: rice, eggs, a few cucumber slices, easy to prepare in his small kitchen. But when a minor fall fractured his wrist while tending his garden, he knew he needed to rethink his diet. At the library, he read about canned sardines with bones, a food he had never considered. Curious, he picked up a can at Walmart, opened it, added a squeeze of lemon and a pinch of pepper, and paired it with fresh greens. To his surprise, it was affordable, easy, and delicious. Weeks later, Henry noticed less cracking in his knees when he stood up from his favorite armchair. Gardening felt easier, his steps stronger, eating 2 or 3 cans a week. He smiled when his doctor reviewed his chart and said, "You are doing it right, Henry." The soft, edible bones in sardines had become a quiet source of strength. Sardines are a natural source of calcium, far easier to absorb than pills, especially for seniors. They also deliver vitamin D, omega-3s, and clean protein, supporting not just bones but heart and brain health too. With no sugar or starch and low mercury levels, they are a safe, budget-friendly choice for older adults, often costing less than $2 a can. "No dry pills for me, just a simple meal keeps my bones strong," Henry said, stacking a few cans in his pantry ready for his next lunch. Dear friends, after 60, a small fall can lead to big challenges: hospital visits, long recoveries, or loss of independence. But bones do not just need medicine. They need gentle, absorbable nutrition from foods like yogurt or sardines. These humble choices can be the quiet strength you need to keep moving forward. Now let us ease those joints with 2 foods for smoother, pain-free days. Part 4. Joint Care: Spinach and Broccoli. Spinach, soft greens for smoother knees. Helen, our 72-year-old friend from Portland, Oregon, had grown used to waking with stiff knees. It was not sharp pain, just a dull, creaky ache that made standing up from her rocking chair or stepping down her porch stairs feel like a chore. She mentioned it to her niece, a nurse at a local hospital, who offered a simple tip: add dark leafy greens to your meals. And Helen, especially spinach, it is like a gentle massage for your joints. Helen started small, blending spinach into her morning scrambled, eggs, stir-frying it with garlic and a touch of olive oil for lunch, or adding it to a light vegetable soup for dinner. She bought fresh spinach at her local farmer's market, enjoying its vibrant green leaves. 2 weeks later, her knees felt looser, and that morning rusty feeling began to fade. She could walk to her mailbox or tend her rose garden without wincing, a small joy that meant the world. Spinach is loaded with magnesium, vitamins K, A, C, and folate, which boost blood flow, reduce inflammation, and protect cartilage, the cushion in your joints. With no starch or sugar, it is gentle on the stomach and easy on the wallet, often costing just $1 or $2 per bunch at grocery stores like Safeway or Kroger. "A vegetable I once thought boring made my life so much lighter," Helen said, tossing spinach into her next meal with a smile. Next, let us uncover a surprising vegetable that fights joint pain with every bite: broccoli, the unexpected ally for joint pain. Frank, our friend from Columbus, Ohio, never cared for broccoli. Too soft, too bland, he would grumble, pushing it aside at family dinners. But when persistent hip pain made climbing the stairs to his bedroom a daily struggle, he listened to his daughter's advice. A college student studying nutrition, she urged him to try broccoli 3 times a week, either steamed with a pinch of salt or roasted with a drizzle of olive oil. Frank gave it a chance, picking up a bag of fresh broccoli at his local Giant Eagle. A month later, the stairs did not creak under him anymore, standing for longer periods, like during his weekly card games with friends, felt easier. Best of all, back pain stopped waking him at night. No painkillers needed, just a vegetable he had once dismissed. Broccoli's sulforaphane, a powerful plant compound, reduces inflammation in joint tissues, easing pain and stiffness. Its vitamin C fiber and plant-based calcium also support bone health, making it a double win for seniors. With no sugar or starch, it is easy to prepare and gentle to digest, even for those with sensitive stomachs. "I do not avoid broccoli anymore. I seek it for the calm it brings," Frank said, plating his next serving with newfound appreciation. Dear friends, younger folks hit the gym to look good, but older adults need flexible legs, pain-free knees, and the freedom to move without holding on to something. Sometimes that starts with a humble plate of greens, affordable and easy to find at any grocery store. Now let us end with a sweet, starch-free treat that satisfies your cravings without sacrificing your health. Part 5. A sweet, starch-free treat, aged cheese. Cheese, a satisfying bite for peaceful afternoons. Helen, our friend from Portland, used to enjoy a cookie every afternoon at 3. It was her ritual just to pass the time, she would say, reaching for a sweet treat, while watching the birds outside her window. But the more she ate, the more bloated and tired she felt, her energy crashing by evening. Her daughter, a nutritionist at a local clinic, noticed the pattern and suggested a change. 2 thin slices of aged cheddar with cucumber or olives paired with a warm cup of herbal tea. Helen hesitated. Cheese is too fatty, too salty, she thought, worried about her cholesterol. But she trusted her daughter and gave it a try, picking up a block of aged cheddar at her nearby Whole Foods. Soon her cravings eased, her body felt calm, and her afternoons became lighter, more peaceful. She even started looking forward to her new ritual, savoring the nutty flavor of the cheese. Aged cheeses like cheddar Parmesan or Swiss are rich in calcium, high-quality protein, and healthy fats, perfect for those over 60. They keep you full curb, mindless snacking, and support bones, joints, and even brain health by providing B vitamins and zinc. Plain varieties have no sugar or starch, making them a smart choice for seniors looking to satisfy cravings without spiking blood sugar. I do not eat cookies out of habit anymore. Cheese tells my body that is enough, Helen said, smiling as she sipped her tea and sliced her next piece. Dear friends, aging is not about giving up what you love. It is about rediscovering what your body truly needs. A few slices of cheese eaten wisely can make your afternoon sweet, satisfying, and nourishing, without harming your health or weighing you down. Let us wrap up with a few thoughts on aging gracefully, with foods that bring joy and strength to every day. Closing. Eat well. Live lightly, age gracefully. After 60, living well is not about running marathons, slashing calories, or chasing restrictive diets. It is about choosing foods that make your days feel lighter, your joints less achy, your mind clearer, and your heart steadier. It is about rediscovering the joy of eating, meals that fuel your body and warm your soul. Whether you are cooking alone in a quiet kitchen or sharing a table with loved ones, these 10 foods, from a humble egg boiled in the morning to a slice of aged cheese savored in the afternoon, are not magic cures or hard-to-find delicacies. They are quiet companions, easy to find at your local grocery store, from Walmart to Trader Joe's. When they show up regularly on your plate, they bring balance to your body and a sense of ease to your life. They help you stand a little taller, think a little sharper, and move a little freer day after day. You do not need to wait for a health scare to make a change. You do not need to overhaul your entire pantry overnight. Start with one food that feels right. Maybe a drizzle of olive oil on your salad, a handful of walnuts with your tea, or a tin of sardines for lunch. Listen to your body's response and let it guide you toward what feels good. If you have tried these foods or have your own favorites that keep you feeling vibrant and strong, share them in the comments below. At ElderlyTV, we read every story, every tip, every moment you share, knowing your experience could light the way for another senior seeking a healthier, happier path. Your voice matters, and together, we can inspire each other to age with grace. Here is to meals filled not with excess, but with care for your aging body. To days where you walk with confidence, laugh with clarity, and live with a heart full of calm. We will see you in the next video. Growing older together, gracefully, gently, wisely.